In the familiar superhero tales we know, Magneto has many unforgettable moments. There was an instance where, with a mere wave of his hand, he sent a subway car, weighing tens of thousands of tons, rocketing out of the ground, with the passengers' screams of terror echoing all around. Immediately after, Magneto seized a locomotive and, without the slightest hesitation, charged into the base of the Debrians. He didn't waste any time, quickly ascending and manipulating a metal railing to stab at Jean Grey's head. But to his surprise, the cold, shining blade was unable to make any progress. Magneto was shocked to discover that Jean's power had grown to such an astonishing level. As he was still in awe, his helmet began to tighten progressively until it was finally torn off by Jean's immense strength. With a wave of her hand, Magneto was thrown away. Professor X, upon witnessing this, urgently had Nightcrawler bring him in, attempting to persuade Jean to stop her attack. But Nightcrawler was instantly knocked out by Jean, who also controlled the paralyzed professor, step by step moving up the stairs, humiliatingly making him stand directly in front of her. Even so, Charles did not blame Jean. Instead, he opened his heart, allowing her to enter his mental world to prove that he had never intended to use her. Through the professor's memories, Jean reminisced about her childhood with Charles, recalling how, after being abandoned by her father, it was Charles who gave her confidence and hope, meticulously caring for her as she grew up. Perhaps deep down, Jean had long regarded the professor as a father figure. Inspired by Charles, Jean's innate goodness was reawakened. She no longer wanted to let this energy hurt those around her, so she decided to give the energy within her to the leader. However, as the energy was transferred, Jean's consciousness grew weaker and weaker. In this process, she learned about the true purpose of their kind coming to Earth, to use this energy to destroy humanity and take over the planet. Once the cosmic energy was fully absorbed by the leader, Jean would also die with it. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Cyclops arrived in time and interrupted the energy transfer. Yet, before they could catch their breath, a large number of human soldiers suddenly appeared on the scene, capturing the unsuspecting mutants, including Professor X and Cyclops, and placing them on a special train, preparing to send them to a mutant internment camp. When they awoke from their daze, they found themselves fitted with collars that suppressed their superpowers. In order to unite everyone against their external enemies, the professor explained to Hank that Jean's attack on Mystique was not of her own free will but the result of the cosmic energy within her. Charles hoped that everyone could come together because the alien creatures wouldn't stop their assault. If they obtained the remaining energy within Jean, all life on Earth would be threatened. As the professor predicted, the ambushing Debrians jumped onto the rooftops of the train. The professor urgently asked the guards to unlock the collars of the mutants so they could fight against the enemy together. But the soldiers mistakenly thought the mutants were attempting a hijack, believing their special weapons could easily subdue them. To their surprise, these weapons were ineffective against the alien creatures, and the soldiers were quickly defeated. The remaining guards, seeing this, immediately joined the battle. However, ordinary bullets could only cause minor injuries to the Debrians, whose regenerative abilities were astonishingly powerful. As the battle line kept retreating, the last guard made a wise decision, turning off the collar's suppression devices, allowing the X-Men to regroup. Magneto immediately took action, using his powers to seal off the alien subordinates. The others joined the fight as well. As Cyclops and the professor prepared to